All right, hey everybody. So in just a few minutes, we are going to start our control class, our quarantine control. So what you're going to need for this workout is your mat, and I would recommend maybe stacking up a couple of them if you're going to work on like on a hard surface, because usually we need about an inch thick mat. And you're going to need some water. So if you have your Club Pilates water bottle, grab that. I'm going to use our offer to use like 3 pound. I'm using actually my ankle weights because I don't have something smaller. But you can use your water bottle or you can use something else for weights. I'm going to recommend grabbing a towel as well. Wiping off sweat, but also for the back of your head. We'll use that in just a second. All right. So, and then we will be at the bar, so also grab a chair. As you can tell, I've got one on the wall, but I will grab a chair and show you how to do this with the chair as well. I'm looking forward to doing this. We got a few more minutes and then we'll get started. So I've got a handy dandy chair here. Make sure it's got some stability to it. Even though I don't want you really putting all of your weight on it, we still don't want to hear about any accidents at home. So make sure you have some good stability, or maybe you can put the chair up against the wall too. All right. All right, for those of you who are online, so can you tell me, can you hear me okay? And then I've got some music in the background. Is it too loud? Not enough? It's free music, free dance music, so we shouldn't have any problems with having it in the background. So anybody who can give me a little feedback on that? All right, I'll take it as that's okay then. All right. I hope everybody's doing okay. You are down in the Nosaka basement. As you can tell, we've got a few dancers in the families, hence all the bars. But this is also where we work out. You can catch my husband down here periodically as well. Thankfully, everything's closed up, so we will not have the 3 cats and the 2 dogs. I've convinced the children not to come down here either, but then again, they're a little on the older side, so they try to stay away from mom and dad as much as we can. All right, so, and Tanya's workout earlier this morning was amazing, because of course she's an amazing teacher. I will get you going this evening. As per the people who know my control classes, we're going to be getting into those calves a whole lot. We're going to be getting into a little bit of some plyo, jumping and such like that. I'll give you some different options so that you can either pick how much you'd like to, so you'll have your option to get your heart rate up pretty high, or if you want to keep it kind of at a moderate pace, you can certainly do that. So, all right, so hopefully you're getting those mats. And again, try to make sure it's pretty thick, or maybe you can actually lay your mats out on the carpet. And grab that water, grab some weights. Again, I recommend definitely doing 3 pounds or lighter rather than heavier, because we're going to be using them a lot. So, all right, and again, grab a towel, not only just to wipe the sweat you're going to have, but also maybe to put it behind your head when we're doing some of the mat work and the Pilates when we're getting going. All right, and you've got your chair. So make sure you've got a nice chair that's got some good stability as well. So it was really kind of cool. I was pretty excited to actually find some like free dance music online, so we can actually add that a little bit, or we'll have it just in the background. So And then I kind of had to makeshift our Club Pilates background here, but we got a nice little Club Pilates logo going, branding the way we need to. And then of course, Pilates strong, gotta be Pilates strong. All right, we've got about 6 more minutes, and we'll give everyone some time to actually get on and do that for 6 minutes. Hope everyone is doing well. So we, as a family, homeschooled for about 6 years. And of all the reasons that we homeschooled, I never imagined that one of the benefits would be quarantine or pandemic preparation. So we've got all kinds of things around the house, and as you can tell, ways to work out. And the kids are doing fine, doing their online things, or haven't been able to find activities for them. So that's been kind of interesting. It kind of is like revisiting, old times, because we actually haven't homeschooled for about it's now almost 3 years. But it's been fun to kind of fall back into some routines that we had before. So I think I've gone through. I'm a big reader, love to read. And when I actually do the center and balance on Thursday at noon, I think we're actually going to do it from the reading room to kind of help have nice calm, because we actually have a reading room in the house where the only way a screen can be in there is if you're learning something, whether it be a video or Kindle or whatever, but preferably an actual physical book is even nice. So that'll be on Thursday. This evening we'll stay down here doing the bar and really working through the mat and such like that. So again, for those of you who are just coming on, let's go through that list of things you're going to need this evening. So again, if you're working on a solid surface, make sure you've maybe stacked up your mat. So I've got 2 mats that are actually stacked up, because Pilates recommended an inch or thick mat to protect the back. Grab your water. If you have your Club Pilates water bottle, grab that Club Pilates water bottle. You'll need a towel. And I'm going to use these are kind of my ankle weights, but I wanted just 3 pounds. So just light set of weights if you've got those soup cans or those water bottles, so grab those guys. And you've also got that chair. I'll be using the bar today, but grab your chair. Make sure it's a good sturdy one. And probably about hip height will be just fine. I don't want you to lean on it. It's just there to help you with some stability. All right. Just a couple more minutes. For those of you, again, who are coming on in, I'm glad, Andrew, you liked the banner. It was kind of a makeshift thing really quickly, but hey, there's that branding. All right, so we just got a couple more minutes. We're actually gonna start on the mat laying on your back. So if you wanna go ahead and start getting settled there, you can certainly do that. All right. Hopefully everybody can see me okay and still hear just fine. We're going to start with a little pre-Pilates. Then we'll move to our bridging. We're going to do our arms and abs. Of course, we don't have our straps, so we'll make do without those. And then we will do some planking and then move to the bar. At the bar, we're going to work on some little plyo jumping or quick things. Then we're going to move to some calf work, and then we'll finish up with some inner and outer thigh and hip flexor work. All right, so we're almost there, almost there. Okay, just for the last couple of minutes, For those of you who have been watching, sorry to hear the announcement again, but for those of you who are just joining us as we come on in, grab your mats, make sure you've got a nice thick area, even if you're working out on a carpet or a rug. If you're working out on a hard surface, make sure those mats are pretty thick. Maybe stack up 2, 3, 4 of your yoga mats together, put some towels under it, whatever you need to do. Grab that water bottle, grab your towel, grab some weights, whether it be soup cans, water bottles, or if you have some nice light weights around the house, and then grab a chair. Again, one that has a lot of stability to it, please. And because we do want to use it for just a little bit of balance, but we still need some stability, no accidents at home. We want to keep you healthy and happy at home and not too worried about injury. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, lay back on your mat. Your knees can be bent, feet are about hip distance apart. And hands are just down by your side. Begin to breathe in, inflate that rib cage. Feeling the back of your rib cage go down and out into that mat. And exhale, pressing all that air out. On your next inhale, inhale and lengthen your spine. Lengthen that spine. Feel the base of your skull stretch away from that butt. If you'd like, you can use your ponytail to help you feel like the base of your skull is down into that mat. Or you can even grab your towel and put it at the base or right up under your skull. Inhaling, getting into that rib cage. Feel that pelvis nice and deep. We know about that triangle. Put that triangle right over that pelvis and make sure those thumbs aren't higher than those fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, bring those fingertips right above your shoulders. Keep those front ribs tucked in. Begin to take those fingertips back toward the ceiling behind you. When you start to feel those ribs pull up, suck those ribs in and then bring those hands back in line. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, taking the fingers back behind you. Pulling the navel up and in. Exhale, bring those fingers back over you. Back stays nice and long. Inhale and exhale. Let's let those hands drop down by our side. Inhale, lengthen that spine and lift the legs into tabletop. Keeping the back nice and long, keeping the base of the skull stretching away from the butt. Pull those ribs, front ribs in. Feel these back ribs nice and stable in that mat. Take these two knees toward the opposite wall and then bring them right back over your hips. Take those knees out about 2 inches and then right back over your hips. As those knees go out, pull that navel in and then exhale. Keep all that length. Inhale, pull all that length, that navel in, keeping your back length, and then relax it out a little. Inhale, pull that navel in, and then relax it out. Settle that down just for a second. Now, let's bring it up another notch. Inhale, pull that navel in, lift the legs into tabletop, fingertips up to the ceiling. Fingertips go away from the knees, and then bring it back in. As those fingertips and knees move away from each other, pull that navel in under those ribs a little tighter. Inhaling, exhaling, back to the center. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Last one right here. And back to center. Gently set those feet and those hands down. All right, that was a little bit of a warm-up, and to bring our attention to our Pilates back. Again, Pilates is about lengthening the spine and pulling those abdominals up and in. Go ahead and grab those weights now. And you're just gonna set them next to you, about by your hips. We're gonna move to some bridging now, so take those feet about hip distance apart. Again, if you've got that towel behind your head, take it out from behind your head. Lengthen through the back of the skull, pull the navel in. Let's go ahead and find that penny that goes right in between those butt cheeks. And again, squeeze those butt cheeks just enough to hold on to that penny, not to make the souvenir. Now, for this first bridge, just keep those hands down by your side. Inhale, lengthen the spine, pull the navel in, and then lift that butt up. Once you get that butt up, go ahead and bring your focus back to that back. Lengthen through the back and pull that navel in nice and tight. Squeeze that penny just a little bit. Again, not so much that you tip the pelvis up, but just enough to keep that penny in place. Let's hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now begin by pulling the navel in nice and tight and curl down one vertebra at a time. Good, excellent job. Now you can continue just like we did with the hands flat. If you would like a little more challenge, you're more than welcome to grab those weights. Hold those weights right above your shoulders. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and then again, tighten about that butt cheek just a little bit, holding on to that penny. Pull the navel in and lift that butt up. Once you've gotten to the top of this bridge, go ahead and lengthen the spine. Tighten that penny just again. Hold that penny. Pull these front ribs in. Now, hold that right there, and let's do some skull crushers. Bringing those weights down by the ears and then lifting back up. Bring those weights down and back up. Do we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold those weights up. Pull that navel in nice and tight, curling down one vertebra at a time. Bring that down and relax it out just for a moment. Good. Again, you always have the option not to use the weights at all. That does add a balance challenge that you do not have to do at all. If you choose to use the weights, we'll hold them up again in front of over our chest. We're going to kind of do a little bit more of a hug a tree this time. Lengthen the spine, pull the navel in nice and tight, lift the butt up. Once you're at the top of that bridge, lengthen the spine, pull the navel in. Make sure those front ribs aren't poking out. They're nice and tucked in. And begin to open those arms into a hug a tree and then back again. Now, if you feel like that coordination is good for you and you got that hug a tree, go ahead and as you bring those hands up, squeeze that butt up and then back to center. Squeeze that butt up and back to center. Keep the navel pulled in nice and tight. And you have 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Now pull that navel in nice and deep. Curl it down one vertebra at a time. Good. Now we've got one more bridge we're going to do here. Again, feel free to go without the weights. This time we're not going to actually move the hands. We're just going to keep the hands up tall. If you want that balance challenge, hold those weights right up in front of you right here. Lengthen through the spine. Pull the navel in nice and tight. Lift that butt. Once you're at the top of this bridge, lengthen that spine again. Squeeze that penny just a little bit. Pull that navel in nice and tight. Let's get into those pelvic floor muscles. Open those knees a little bit and then squeeze them together. Open those knees and then squeeze them together. Open those knees, squeeze them together. Let's see, can we get 4, and 3. Inhaling, exhaling, 2, and last 1. Now pull that navel in tight and curl it down, 1 vertebra at a time. Set those weights off to the side. If you'd like to take a little drink of water, go right ahead and do that now. We're going to go ahead and go into some a little arm and ab work. So make sure you've got enough space around your mat here that you can do this. We're going to start with these hundreds first. So pump down again. You've got that back nice and long. Hands are by your side. Lengthen through the back. Pull the navel in. Feel those ribs nice and deep. Now, inhale. Lift those legs to the tabletop. Exhale. Inhale. Curl up and begin those hundreds. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Good. Stretch through your back. Feel the stretch all the way through that back. As you look down, make sure that belly's not poking out, but it's pulling in and you're curling through that spine. If you'd like more challenge, bring those legs up to 90 degrees. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. You want more challenge. Lower those legs 1 inch. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and pull lower the legs a little bit. Pull that rib curl up a little more. Good. And lower 1 inch. Pull that rib curl up a little bit more. Lower 1 inch. Pull that rib curl up a little bit more. Last one here. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring those knees in and rock it side to side. Good. Take a little break. You can let the knees roll one way. You can let the knees roll the other way. Good. And now, go ahead and let's lay on back. And we're going to start. You can either do this with the head down or you can rib curl up. The right hand is going to go to the right ankle. The left hand's going to go right below the knee. You're going to exhale, exhale, switch. 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 You can leave this down if you'd like to. Good. And stretch it. Stretch it. Stretch it. Exhale, 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 exhale. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees in. All right, we're ready for that double leg pull. Hands and legs go up. Circle those hands in around and then pull it in. Blow all that air out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. If you'd like, try to keep that head up the entire time. If not, feel free to bring that head down and just circle those legs and the arms. Or the legs go in and out while the arms circle. Inhale as the arms circle, and then exhale, blow all that air out. Inhale as your arms circle, then blow all of that air out. Inhale. And let's get one more. Inhale. Exhale. Now take one leg up. Other leg is toward the floor. We're going to scissor. Again, if you'd like to keep the rib curl up, you're fine. If not, bring it down. And exhale, exhale, switch. 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 Stretch, stretch, and switch. Stretch, stretch, and switch. Stretch, stretch, and switch. Stretch, stretch, and switch. Good. You've got 3. and 2, and 1. Now, both legs are up. If at any time this feels a little too difficult, just bend those knees. But we'll start with those legs up. Take the fingers behind that head. Again, you can rib curl or lay it down. Now let's lift and lower those legs, but keep this navel pulling in. So as the legs lower, pull the navel in, and pull the navel in, and pull the navel in. If those legs are too heavy, go ahead and bend the knees. And pull the navel in as the legs go away from you. Pull, stretch the back. And stretch the back. Let's get 2 more. Stretch the back. And stretch. And good. Last one here. See if you can keep going. Take the fingers, support the skull. And crisscross. Now, imagine your back is on a balance beam. So no wiggling around. Nice and tight. And good. We've got this. We've got 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Grab behind those thighs. Bend the knees in. Rock side to side. Let those abdominals relax. Massage the back. Roll it up, curl it up, and grab some water. I need some water as I spill it all over me. That's how much I needed it. All right. Take 3 more deep breaths, and let's go for some planking. All right. So we're going to start with a little pull, leg pull, but then we're going to finish up with some mountain climbers to start getting that heart rate up a little bit more. Then we'll move it to the bar. So find your plank position that works for you. Forearms or long arms, whichever works. If you need to stay on the knees, that's fine. You'll just lengthen those legs out just a little bit. Or if you want to curl the toes under. Now, as you find this plank, lengthen through the back of the neck, all the way down to those heels. Squeeze that penny, pull the navel in. If you've got that low back just dropping, pull the navel in. You may feel like you're even hunched over a little bit, yet you'll find that sweet spot where you're like, wow, my low back feels just fine in this plank instead of hurting. So pull that up and in. Let's hold this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees under you. Sit back. Good. All right. We're ready? So find that beautiful plank, whether it be on your forearms, on your knees, long arms, or on your toes. Find what works for you today. Inhale. Lengthen through the spine. Pull the navel in nice and tight. And then lift that up. Now, you're more than welcome to stay here. I'll give you another variation. Lift that right heel. Rock it back. Rock it forward. And then set that foot down. Lift the left heel. Rock it back. Rock it forward. Find neutral. Set it down. Let's do it one more time. Each leg. Right. Rock it back. Rock it forward. Find neutral, set it down. Lift the left heel, rock it back, rock it forward, then set it down. Bring those knees under you and sit back. Good. All right, let's go ahead and take up the pace a little bit. Get the heart rate going even more now. We're going to start some mountain climbers. Now, with these mountain climbers, I don't want your butt moving a whole lot. So, find that beautiful plank. Lift the butt about 2 inches. Keep the navel pulled in, and then begin to bring those knees in. Good. Don't want to jump in. One leg at a time. Works just fine. But keep that back long, so no dipping and getting all kind of crazy with it. Keep that butt in one spot, and pull and roll down. Good. All right, let's get to that bar. So let's get these mats out of the way. And you can pull that chair out. I'm gonna use the bar, but I'll show you if you have a chair as well. Good. Now, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna keep the heart rate up now that we've got it up. So, I want you to find a spot, hold it onto your chair. It's gonna be sideways. So if you're at the chair, you're here. I want you to find what we call a plie. So the knees go over the second and third toes. Instead of the butt sticking out, the butt goes straight down, navel's pulled up and in. So getting this from the side. So the butt's not here, the butt's here. Pull that navel up and in, lengthen. Now, I've got my left foot that's all closest to my bar or chair. It's gonna stay stable. My outside leg is gonna pop up, pop up, pop up. Now, the butt's not lifting up and down. I'm just lifting right into that hip socket. I already feel work in my supporting leg, and I already feel some inner and outer thigh work. I'm popping through the toes and the ball of that foot. I've got 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, turn it to the other side. Again, find that plie. The butt's not out, it's up and in. I have nice length through the back of my skull, all the way. My navel's pulled in, no ribs are out. Pull it in nice and tight. Leg closest to your chair supports you, and you just pop this leg up. Good. I feel support. I feel my supporting leg working, and I feel this inner thigh working, and I'm trying to keep these hips nice and still. I want the work in that leg. Good. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, let's take it up a notch. So, you have the option to repeat what we just did. I'll give you 2 more options that bump it up a little bit at a time. You can choose. The first one is face that bar. Nice little butt shot here. Find that plie. Again, no butt sticking out. Pull it in. And can you pop it? Pop it. So same activity, same action. So keep that going, same action. Now, the next level is to actually balance away from the bar. And hop it. Keep the belly pulled up and in. We're still in Pilates, even though we've gone to the bar. So lengthening through the back of the skull, pulling up under the belly, up under those ribs, keeping the back long and the pelvis. We've got 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Shake that out. My legs are hurting already, but we got more to do. Again, let's get a little bit different activity. So, feet are about hip distance apart. We're gonna go parallel now. Again, not a squat, a plie. So the knees are going forward over the second and third toe. Keep the supporting leg bent and press forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch those sides up. Plie, feet are parallel. That means your heel is behind your second and third toe. Knees go over that second and third toe. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Pull that navel up and in. Back is long. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, you can repeat that. I'll give you, again, 2 more options here. First option, hanging onto the bar or your chair. Hang on to the chair this time. We're gonna get both legs going, forward, back, but the knees stay bent. And you've got a nice, so I'm not going up and down. My shoulders are moving a little bit, but it's not a huge motion. I'm keeping this down, low. Pull the navel up and in. Keep the back long. Ribs are pulled in. And we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake that out. Grab your water. Grab your water. We've got one more we're gonna do to keep this up. Getting more into those inner and outer thighs. If you'd like to use the bar and no jumping at all, once again, you're gonna go a little wider with that parallel. If it's more comfortable, feel free to do the turnout. Lengthen through the spine, pull the navel up and in, out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Keep that standing leg bent and supporting you. Good. Inhale, exhale. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn it to the other side. A little bit wider. You can have turnout or you can be parallel, however your body's built for you. And out, in. Both knees stay bent when they're in. The body is straight and long. Good. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, let's do it again. Keep it that way. If you don't want to add any jumping or you don't want your cardio to go or heart rate to go up any higher, you want to keep that cardio going. Heart rate up. Face that bar. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Good. Want more challenge? Take it to a balance. In, out. Knees are bent. Back is still long. Navel's pulled up and in. Good. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake that out. Kind of bend back and forth. Wiggle your butt around a little bit. Stretch those hamstrings. Grab some water. Grab some water. All right. Okay, good. All right, now let's get into those calves. All right, you're back at the bar. You can put both hands on the bar. You can challenge yourself with one hand on the bar. For those of you who are very brave, you can challenge yourself with no hands on the bar. We're gonna start parallel. Feet are right under those hips. First, we're gonna begin with the legs long, not locked out. Pull that in, squeeze that little penny. Relax the knees ever so slightly. Pull the navel in. Begin to lift those heels. Keeping the back long. Light touch on the bar. No gripping it for your life. Now, as you lift and lower those heels, make sure that weight goes toward the big toe. So check right now. Do you feel like that weight's going toward your pinky toe? Or is it going toward the big toe? You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, Pilates V. Heels are together, toes are apart. To your comfort level, hold on to that penny, pull the navel in, lengthen the spine, lift those heels. Again, let the weight go toward those big toes. That also helps us strengthen those ankles as well. We go toward the pinkies, we actually weaken the ankles a little bit. Good, you've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch out those calves just a little bit. Good. Now, wide second, and lift up, squeeze that penny just a little bit. Pull that navel in and lift those heels. Shift, make sure that weight goes toward those big toes. Good, keep it going. I'm gonna just turn around so you can get a little different view. I think this is my better side. What do you think? Is it okay? All right, lifting, pulling that navel up and in. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Shake it out. I wish I could say we were done with the calves, but the calf has all these little muscles inside of it, and we have to work the leg all kinds of crazy ways to get them all. So go back to that nice parallel hip distance. Now do that plie again. Knees go over the second and third toes. Back is long, navel's pulled up and in. Keep the knees bent, but lift those heels. Lift those heels. Good, keep it going. I'm gonna turn sides. Good. And we've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out just a little bit. Go to that Pilates V. Send those knees over those second and third toes. Back is long. Lift those heels again. The knees stay bent this time. Inhaling. Exhaling. Doing great. You've got 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. Last little bit on the calf. Spread that out to a nice wider stance, a little more than hip distance. Squeeze that penny, pull the navel up and in, lengthen the back of the spine. Bend those knees over those toes. Lift those heels. Lift those heels. Good. Almost there. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Shake that out. Shake that out. Stretch those calves a little bit. Take one leg behind you. Then switch to the next one. Stretch those calves just for a second. All right, grab that water. Grab that water. Okay, last little bit. Let's get into those hips. Let's get into those inner thighs even more. Hanging onto this bar or even onto the chair. You're gonna hold this up, squeeze that little penny, pull the navel up and in. Lift the knee up and hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pulse it. Lift that knee up. Lift that knee up. Keep the back long. No dipping, no curling. Lift. Stretch the head as you pull that knee up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 2, 1. Pulse it. 2, 1. Now, if you're like, hey, that seems so easy, stretch that leg out. You've got to hold for 2, 1. Now pulse it. 2, 1. Now hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pulse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that leg rest. Let that leg rest. Move it to the other side. And again, you can choose to keep the knee bent or you can go a nice long leg. I'm gonna keep it bent for half. I'm gonna straighten it for the other. So again, I'm lifting. I'm parallel, holding. Lift that back up, pull it in. And we've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pull that up. Make sure we're not curling through the back. We want this quad working. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 2, 1. Pulse it. 2, 1. And long. I'm going to go long. You can keep the knee out. 2, 1. Pulse it. 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3. Lengthen the back. 2, 1. Pulse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Long back. 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, thankfully it gets a little easier from there, but we got a couple more rounds of that. Ready? We got to take it out to the side here and lift that knee up to the side. Now we've got to turn out. You can keep the knee bent and you're holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 1. Pulse. 2, 1. Hold. 2, 1. Pulse. 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6. Stretch the back. You can do this. Pull. 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg out. Rub that hip out and move it to the other side. All right, we ready? We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 1. Pulse. 2, 1. Hold. 2, 1. Pulse. 2, 1. Hold. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Shake it out. Good. All right. Let's see here. All right. You're in luck. We don't have to do the one to the back. We're running out of time. You're lucky. All right. Now, grab your mats again. Let's stretch this out. So go ahead, pull your mats out. Back again. Get those mats out. And let's stretch this body out. Now, you're kneeling on this mat. You're up nice and tall. Pull the navel in. Squeeze that penny. Lengthen through the back of the skull. Set one leg forward and begin to stretch forward. Stretching that back quad. Stretching the hamstring on the other side. Pull that navel in up nice and tight. If you want a little more stretch, you're more than welcome to take the hands to the floor, to hurl the toes under and stretch through that back leg. It's more work, but it's also more stretch. Make the choice what you need today. Good. Excellent. Now, back up, straighten out that front leg, lift the toes, and reach down, stretch out that hamstring some more. Pull the navel up and in, no dropping. Pull it up and in. Good. Now, bend that front knee again. Find your balance. Lift those hands up. Stretch up and over. Lengthening through both sides. Pulling the navel in. We'll stretch that back. Stretch the side. And move it to the other side. Up and over. Good. Now, opposite hand goes to the outside of that knee. Up nice and tall and reach back. Twisting. Nice and tall through that spine. No wiggling around, up and tall. Good. Now, switch those legs out. And begin. Leaning forward, try to keep the hips square. Stretch through the hip flexor of the back leg. Hamstring of the front. Want more stretch? Take the hands down, curl the toes under. Lift that leg up and stretch it out. Pick what works for you today. Good. Now, stretch out that front leg. Lift those toes up and over. Pulling the navel up and in as you come over. So no dropping. Pull that navel up and in. Now, bend that front leg. Hands are up nice and tall. Stretch up and over. And back to center. Stretch up and over. And back to center. Opposite hand goes to the outside of that knee. Stretch up nice and tall. And then twist. Good. Come up to standing. We're going to go to that Pilates V. We'll finish up with 3 deep breaths. Squeeze your penny. Pull the navel in. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Lift the heels as you go. Hold at the top. 1, 2. Exhale. Lower the heels slowly. If we've done our Pilates and lengthened our spine, squeezed our penny, pulled the navel up and in, we can control this. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale, inflate that rib cage. Lengthen the spine. Hold it. And exhale, coming down slowly. Nice job. Thanks for joining me on this quarantine control. Thanks again. See you guys later. Hope to see you all in the studio sooner than later. Whew, I'm hot. I need more water.